Hey you guys, it's MJ. How are you? I've just done my Instagram daily tarot, intuitive tarot reading, and I just did a private reading for one of y'all. And I also went unlisted and did a talk about paradigm shift. I'm feeling very guided right now to start to get really focused on just doing shares about paradigm shift for more and more people as they awaken. Good morning, Fifth. As we know, as more and more people awaken, they're just going to be, hey, Divine Sight, Jamie Ray, hey, Rochelle. So yeah, talking specifically about paradigm shift because I'm having this very strong sort of like unified sense of like, that's what was always guiding me. That was all a big piece around 2001 and me going to uni and me having all of this. Again, it's not like I knew it at the time. I was just living my life. But now I look back and be like, oh my God, I had a spiritual awakening. And I knew about this paradigm shift. And it's been guiding me. My intuition has been guiding me all along. And so I'm finding it important to like reiterate and share with people like the journey of the paradigm shift, of what it's been like inside myself. The fact that feeling like an alien, feeling weird, feeling depressed, feeling terribly, terribly alone in this world is like part of spiritual awakening, because the world is fucked up. This world has been blind. This world has been, I'm emotional. It must be the fucking eclipse and new moon energies coming up, but yeah, you know, the world has been in darkness for a long time and was abducted by earthlings. Was abducted from them. In the here now, part of the new energy stream that I'm stepping into is really deeply committing to the holding the vision of the new paradigm, holding the vision of a love world, holding the vision of people healing, people desiring to feel, people to oh, nice one. I knew you, we knew, right? Many of us do, and that's part of us sharing our stories, is that the sharing of the stories in this bridging process from old paradigm to new paradigm is us expressing the transition, as it were, helping people to make sense of what they're going through inside themselves. Part of us being able to create a new reality is also the fact that we have to have a deeper understanding of how it works. How does manifestation work? How do we embody our creatorship? How do we break free from all of these fearful constructs that would appear to be oppressing us and killing us and making us frightened? In my awareness, it has always been from within the self. This is the whole thing that one is sharing with humanity. The only fear we ever have to face is inside of us. That's the whole thing about this perspective shift. It's the recognition that the only one perceiving is you. There is only one God, there is one source, and it's you. And the only fear we ever face, I know it looks like it's out there. That's the whole fucking point. That's why it's called an illusion. And humanity has been running around in this disconnect. It's like a headless chicken in this disconnected state, running around looking for themselves ever since ever since that original sin took place, ever since that core wound. Which I'm getting, again, this is part of Earth's this is just part of what Earth serves as being herself. She's a binary being. She polarizes to the edge of darkness and to the elevation of light. And the being as a soul, us included, are like here for the ride. That's the awareness or energy or intellectual aspect of the download that I'm getting. Yeah, the full embodiment, right? The full embodiment of our like God source is, but that's the sense of responsibility a lot of us feel. That's why we're here. That's why we resonate. We have been guided because we are here in service to the whole, but it's not been obvious. There's been hence testing, testing. Are you fucking ready? Testing, testing. We don't have to go there. Yeah, precisely, Fifth. And that's part, again, that's why we're still showing up for each other. That's why we're peeling back veils and sharing the information as and when it comes through to us, because it's helping to discern the clarity versus the other. Yeah, felt mucky today. Me, same yesterday. It was, I randomly saw some old childhood stuff, thoughts that I hadn't heard before. But as soon as I saw them in my mindscape, I was like, oh, that's my mom. Like I knew like that was my mom. Like I can never get by, I can never win, and I'm just not good enough. Like what's the point? I almost posted, and I didn't, but I almost like posted, you guys, like I'm really, do you ever, and like I'm kind of emotional today with the residue of it, but like, you know, just that like I'm just lost, and what's the point of any of it? See, I can get emotional. It's just been so tough. It's just been so relentless that there just are just still just these moments of like, yeah, you know, just wanting to crawl up into a little ball and not want to be here. And then I think about getting to this point of getting to like this, just getting to this point and still being alive and being like, but it's okay, and overwhelming simultaneously. So exactly, this is like the energy. I was at a family graduation party and there were so many projection and feelings I could pick up on. It was so fucking intense. I bet it was, Jessica. I'm here to sweep the trash and turn off the lights. LOL. Rochelle, you're here for so much, so much. But that's sometimes as well how I feel. Settling into the humility of life, settling into the ordinariness of life. For me, that was a big part of the journey, you know? My ego thought, like probably so many, was corrupted by the illusion of glamour and Hollywood fame. And when you get caught up in that, it fucks you up, you know? And it takes a little while to unlearn that level of mental corruption, you know, of thinking we're all that, of thinking we're supposed to be all that, when ultimately it was, for me, just coming back to the ground, you know, coming back to like presence and service, you know, simple things like keeping my house clean and doing the dishes and going for a walk and volunteering myself to be a dog sitter because I like animals and I have not chosen to be in a position to have my own, and I'm not sure that I ever want my own, but I love them as companions. And so, you know, I've been dog sitting, I've floated around different places to live just to, yeah, it's, I guess you guys get it. It's like realizing that we're closing down a karmic cycle where, yes, I have been slave to people in my life. Yes, I am breaking free finally from seriously weird and fucked up cycles of abuse. Yes, I am owning the fact that I've been born into a world where the world taught me to deny and shame myself so that I could feed its shitty darkness, and I'm continuously waking up to my own power. And what's really weird is that much of what we're programmed to do is it is abusive. And so we have to own not only our own victimhood, but we also have to own our darkness so that we can use the light that we are to heal the level of distortion, disconnection, and abuse that we've all been suffering with. And I feel as though that these last few tests are really asking us to step to the plate And I'll share with you just a little bit of like what the tests like are looking like, you know. And I'm being vulnerable here, you guys, because of just because of the intensity of like my life. And I know it's all for the best. It's all for the best, but I'm so embarrassed to share. And I know I shouldn't be, but I lost my car. So one of the things that's come up for me, and this has been a very challenging year anyway, because I almost got evicted as well. I've just been owning all of it. So in 2013, I managed to manifest myself getting a brand new car, which is super duper fun. And a couple weeks ago, I was finally in a position to start making payments, and I fucked it. So the collections are already after me, and they're coming to get my car, and the little bit of money that I saved up, I've just purchased a new car. And I'm super duper thankful, and I'm not like crying out of victimhood. I don't know, there's just emotion coming through, obviously, I guess, because I'm like embarrassed because it's stuff that you think you failed, you know? Oh, divine sight. I love this. Like, friends. This is what I mean about like real friends who got your back. You know, because the times that I've been really struggling, there's only been like the few people. My landlord, who's also like one of my besties. Because honestly, if my landlord wasn't a friend of mine, I'd probably be living on the street and I wouldn't be sharing on YouTube. And again, this is all just part of the divine path, you guys. I'm not talking like 6 months ago I woke up and suddenly I'm like crying on YouTube. This is like a conscious expression of somebody who woke up almost 20 years ago and has been endeavoring to navigate a life in her integrity rather than selling her soul to the devil himself. Been there, done that, don't really want to go back. I know you guys don't judge me, that's why I am here. That's why, and I have so much love and appreciation. Anyway, so testing, are you fucking ready? I'm like, bring it. Take my fucking car. Take every last penny I fucking have. I don't want it, you know, I don't want... Because I've never had really anything anyway. And this is why walking away from abuse at this point, I'm like, we're good. You're responsible for your life. I'm responsible for mine. I just want to be free and surround myself with people who feel me. And why I say people who feel me, because there's a difference. People are like, oh, no, honey, I do care about you. You might think that you care, but you're not feeling me. For someone like me, that's all I've ever wanted, was to just feel that. And I do here. God, I didn't even, maybe I did see this coming. Oh, and there it is. There's my speeding ticket, because I rationalized myself out of asking a friend. So I asked a friend to pick up this car for me, and they were like, yeah, I was like, I'll give you $20. They're like, well, I'll do it for 60. And then I was like, well, I can get there for cheaper than 60. So I'll just rationalize myself out of actually receiving help and do it all myself. And then I get a fucking £100 speeding ticket after spending all my money on a new car. And actually, I'm sharing this with you guys because this is all just like, whether I was sharing this, I'm like, I'm not attacking the system. I'm owning it. I'm owning it, you know? Because sometimes life gets fucking scary and intense. And the thing is, again, that I want to reiterate to you guys is like, this is not new. The last time I got a speeding ticket, I was living in Shropshire in a very abusive relationship with no money. This was just as my yoga career was beginning. And I was living with my abuser, and he just told me, like, Molly, you're gonna have to get with the real world. And of course I cried and cried and cried, and I tried to give myself a pep talk, and I applied, which I will do for this goddamn thing, and I will go to the speeding workshop because it will buy me some time and I don't have £100 to pay them. So, you know, it's like all these tests, and I can either go like this. However, here's the difference that I express and want to share and keep teaching to people is that I'm not letting this emotional stuff consume me or dictate the truth to me. Okay, so this is the discernment different. I'm feeling all this. I'm like, I've been a victim all my life. Again, anyone whose parents got divorced and who grew up in a household where it was tough, you know, grew up in a household where parents weren't sure if you were gonna get fed, or parents weren't sure if you were gonna, you know, like that kind of shit is stressful for a child. Or anyone, for that, anyone. We're all fucking children ultimately, aren't we? So this is also, thank you, Divine Sight saying you're purging all the feelings I have felt all day. And I'm like, so this is what I've talked about in the Fearless Life Guide, as far as those of you who get me are going to understand this process, is that in my book, what I said was, I'm like, when we feel our emotions, we transform it. So this is the little girl who was like never enough, who just had to just constantly go out of her way to just try to make everybody feel good all the time. Having just like, I'm done with it. Like, fuck you, world. Basically, for making everybody a slave, and or this. Me, if I can own it all, I can say, you know what? You did that, and that's okay. All of the darkness and pain, you created that, so you're gonna forgive yourself for all of it, and you're gonna be free and live a beautiful life and be an example to humanity that you can overcome anything. This feeling stuff is just so pure, like, for legit. I'm just like, the only reason most of us haven't taken ourselves out is just a belief that the world can change. I don't know what people think or judge. But I'm not, you know, I'm not sitting here on YouTube selling my products so that I can go out and buy Gucci bags. Not that there's anything wrong with that. My prayer and my only real sense of desire for humanity is the freedom, peace. So I feel that freedom is ours. I just never imagined being so washed clean. Although I kind of knew this deep down, that you wouldn't want anything once you were actually ready to manifest it. It's like, by the time I started to see my body reflected back, I had a whole new host of issues to focus on. So the manifestation of like the perfect body is like yesterday's news. Now it's all like collective purging and manifesting the new paradigm, fantasy divine union, and manifesting oh my god, can you feel it? Like, I'm so ready to not be alone anymore, you know? And I don't mean like just partnership, I mean like community, like the whole life path in every lifetime being just fucking Lone Ranger vibes and being taken out every time, and now finally being like, no, you deserve abundance too. You deserve community too. You deserve abundance too. And all of it was just to kind of give away. So I'm like, you know, I miss my mom, and my mom got deported from England a few years ago. And, you know, as the empath, part of the only reason I've ever done all the things I've done was to make mom happy. You know, I do realize that. I know that part of my wounding is just to please the parents. And as I shed those, it doesn't make the desire any less to be loved and supported by this world, to be able to provide for my community. That's what kings and queens do, you know? That's what leaders do. They look after their people. Gucci was out of style, Rochelle. Gucci's never out of style. Is it? I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I only know those brands. I'm like, I'm sure there's other, like, crazy expensive brands. I just don't follow any of them and don't really care. And I'm getting this real sick feeling of who cares. This is also part of the underlying patterns that are coming out of, like, nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about the world. I know it's not true. But I'm certainly tired of feeling like this. That I'm crazy for feeling all these feelings. And that I'm expected to believe that we just live in a world where nobody cares. I'm like, really? I think people care. I don't know what weird holographic fucking simulation reality I'm living in, but... So it's been a struggle. And this emotional release, considering it's the day before quite an epic new moon, solar eclipse, we've got like the North and South node in Capricorn and Cancer, and those are my actual North and South nodes. I don't even know the placements, but I know that like whatever they're in is like what my chart is. And so I'm like, so my whole career is going through metamorph, obvi. Like I knew that when I was going to Bali all those years ago. I'm so washed clean and empty that I just don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what, you know, I'm like, okay, I'll just keep going. Thank you, Tree Hugger. I know, right? And that's like another thing about, so, you know, this community, I just feel like we're just a community. We're not weird or normal. We're just who we are, you know? We don't have to be empaths against the narcissist. We can just be who we are. Oh my god. I was just, there's just nonstop. Yeah. But this is also making me realize, get ready, you guys. Get ready. This is the solar eclipse eclipsing out all of our patterns. Like, I don't deserve to be here, you know? The ultimate fucking human wound. None of us belong here. None of us deserve to be here. We better fucking work. We're gonna have to be slaves if we want to live on this beautiful planet. And only the people who sell their souls to the corrupt fucking demiurge they'll live well. And they'll continue to use their images to sell us the dream life, which is just a big old fucking lie that covers up really sick and twisted human behavior, which isn't even aligned with the true human heart. So this is just us claiming back our sovereignty and power as divine beings. Enough is enough. Dream, a different dream, precise. That's the dream that's been guiding me all along, tree hugger. I dreamed of a paradigm shift. And all that means is that people feel their feelings, because I'm pretty sure that we all got them. And I'm pretty sure that sadness is sadness, and pain is pain, and suffering is suffering. And that when we realize that we all have it, and that we're unified in those feelings, maybe we can soften. But it's happening. That's the weird paradox of like this channel and me like sharing all this stuff. I'm like, but it is happening. Like, I know it seems like but it is. But this is the processing of the past. This is the process that I talk about in the Fearless Life Guide. This is me just doing my work, going. I'm just processing a bunch of emotion for the collective. This is just what I do. I just feel the feelings and I express. I gotta say, we're in a bit of a portal. This is par for the course. I did tune in to get affirmation that we are in this belt. The veil is getting thin. We're going to be having a lot of past life experiences or becoming more aware of some underlying belief systems that we're still carrying that we don't need anymore. Yesterday, as soon as I got the affirmation as well, I was like, I know, Eric. So, I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, yeah. Slightly frustrating. No shit, Crispy. The Crispy, literally, that is the patriarchy. Like, that is the whole fucking constructed reality. Let's just put the emotion shit in this box, put it over there, and pretend like it doesn't exist. Boom, boom, boom. Let's create a world now. It's like all we've done is layer over layer over layer over layer over layer over layer over layer. Separation and division. The black hole sun. That's like what we've been covering up all these years, is the black hole sun, the infinite void in our own heart, the infinite darkness in our own heart. Because to come alive is to expose that, is to expose the infinity from within the self. And as somebody endeavoring that, no wonder humans don't do it, because it's fucking intense, Mo-Flow lovers. Living en flow, living completely with no patterns and no, increasingly nothing to hold on to whatsoever. It's weird. I know I'm crying and purging a lot right now, but all this weird car stuff, to be honest, I've just like, boom, process done, boom, process done, boom, like, okay, take my car away, okay, check my account, okay, look online, boom, get help, there's a car there, I have just enough money, I'll get that car, I'll blah, 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 you know, and yeah, there's little tests. I'll offer my services to people, and then people still want to have a chat for free, or they want to go for coffee. No, fuck you, actually. This is my business. You know, people think that going out for coffee to talk about what I talk about is a lucrative business plan. No. And I've talked about this before, so clearly I'm venting. This is me venting about just how disempowered I've been, just how little I valued myself, and how I've just been fighting with myself tooth and nail to claim it, and I'm just finally claiming it. Like, I don't care. I've always lived like this. People think they watch one video and they're like, oh yeah, or like they get it. And I'm like, no, this is a whole life. This awakening stuff didn't happen even 2 years ago or 6 months ago. It's been like a lifetime of processing emotion. That's why I wrote a book. Recently, somebody's like, yeah, there's like a few good things in your book. And I'm like, we can't be friends. Because that book... I know, you guys might think I look really sad and depressed, but that book is my life's work. That book has helped me break free from abuse. That book has helped me become sovereign and free, regardless of what my life looked like, regardless of people thinking I'm some crazy, scary, alone lady or some crazy person with some stupid YouTube channel. Who does she think she is? You know, I'm like, that book is my life's work, and at this point in the game, it's like, if you're gonna diss my work, leave me alone. Because most people who just get a job, I'm like, I get it. I know, I chose not to be a slave. And that warrants punishment, right? So, but now because I've disentangled some of my deepest karma with people in my life, I can see and feel like it's like the final entanglements in my life of where I was giving my power away and I didn't even realize it. Hence, I was serving a false god. And it feels glorious to come back home. And coming back home means I don't need those people. I don't care who they are or how much money they have or what blood relationship I have. I'm just free from that. And it's so fucking exhilarating, you guys. And this is the perpetual paradox. Everyone's afraid of feeling stuff, and I'm like, when you start to embrace your feelings straight up legit, oh, I'm like, I wouldn't trade it for the world. That's the thing. That's the thing. All of these emotions, I'm so fucking grateful. I'm so fucking grateful to be able to feel and express and like not be in self-judgment and shame. Because people don't even recognize. Fucking shit. No kidding. And I can honestly tell you, most of my life, I've been attracting people that are emotionally unavailable and or manipulative. Because I was under the veil of the illusion of pleasing my mother and father. And I'm 37, you guys. So, I mean, and I work with people in their 60s. I work with people in their teens. I'm like, age doesn't fucking matter anyway. It's not like, I don't think there's some chronological timeline of like, tick, spiritual awareness mastery complete. We're talking lifetimes, right? So I'm like, come on, guys. Time doesn't exist. Just get present. Then all presence is just all there is in the presence here now. That's how we integrate. That's how we expand. That's how we ground. That's how it all... Oh, you guys, I know. You guys are just so good to me, aren't you? You guys are helping me realize the difference as well. You know? And, like, it's pretty obvious to me. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I wrote a book, timeline, it's all a little bit different. I'm still healing. Just because I published the book from my higher mind doesn't mean I need to expect myself to be some fucking... This is the thing, is that people judge me against my book. And, like, it's really hard because... It's all confusing sometimes when people are like, but you said in your book, and I'm like, oh my god, what's happening? Like, I'm doing my best, you know, I'm doing my best. I think we all are. Even when people would behave badly. Even the men who raped me. I believe that they're doing their best, you know? Life is just so fucked up, isn't it? And like weird. And wonderful, yes, but just fucking weird. Yeah, this is it. There's 8 thumbs up and there's 11 people watching, and this morning I got, hey Scott, this morning I got a donation for £88.88, which is fantastic. Because that's just gonna, you know, maybe help me get new tires. There's just so much emotion coming up, you guys. I think maybe this is part for the new moon energies. Staying grounded, staying present, staying in our hearts, you know? I just guess I'm here to remind you that it's okay to be feeling lots. It's okay to feel completely lost. Exactly, Tiki Love. Cancer season. Home, home, nestle in, cry, cry, feel, feel, crab, crab. Like, it's just so much that. And yet, I'm really trusting it. I feel really, like, surrendered. Double Cancer. Ooh, I gotta say, I have such a soft spot for the Cancers. Oh, my heart's all, like, tender. I'm having all of this gushy heart love vibration of, like, unrequited love and stuff like that. Which, again, I swear, it's like, fucking Hollywood fucks us up big time. I swear to God. Violet. Was that Violet? No, Tiki Love. I'm Virgo moon as well. So, like, this is the thing about these astrologies right now. I'm a little bit, it's potent. Like, I know this is hardcore transition. This is it. It's big changes. And I know it's been, just, I don't know anything in my mind. And so I'm Capricorn rising, Aries, Sun, Virgo moon, and then I have, you know, North Node and South Node axis or whatever, that's in Cancer and Capricorn. So I'm aware of the fact that, like, whatever the astrology is right now is super duper fucking relevant to my own personal birth chart in as far as, like, the career change. See, there's a soft spot in me about, I can barely fucking say the words. My career and I can barely say it, my ability to create a happy home. I didn't even realize that was, like, a thing. Clearly it is. And there's the wounding right now coming out of me. All that I'm hearing inside is, well, you just might as well die. No. I deserve to be here. No. I deserve a happy life. I deserve a happy home. I deserve to be with a man who genuinely loves me and feels me and gets me and I deserve to work however I want to work and serve however I want to serve and be provided for in a fulfilling and joyful way that is in my integrity. I don't think I do, Amit, but I don't know about the series. I just have a fair amount of Aries and you all do. And this is the thing that I express and why I'm here expressing it. And the only reason I built up the courage all those years ago to share on YouTube was that I got to the point was like, I genuinely only want the best for people. And the deeper I learned about metaphysics, I was like, fuck, Molly, if you genuinely want the best for people, then you've got to create your best life. You've got to live your best potential. So you guys, this is you guys meeting me living my best potential. But it is. Because this is just me living in alignment with my heart. And you can read my book and learn more about the process that I've noodled out over the last 20 years. And if you don't get it, feel free to reach out and ask questions rather than assume. Because increasingly I'm aware that it doesn't necessarily look like what we think it's going to look like, you know? It's not all fucking butterflies and rainbows. Hells, no. Energetically speaking, it's the opposite of that. If there is ugliness and violence and corruption in the world out there, that's the energy that we're transforming, and it ain't pretty. And it's painful. It's painful to awaken to your own disempowered enslavement. It's painful to own your own wounding and your own denial. But I'm pretty sure it's the only way through. I haven't come across anything that I can willingly buy into, because I don't think anything that you buy into is real anyway. Except buy my shit, you guys. Or donate to the channel, which I'm so grateful for those of you that do. Because it's been like, it's been like lifelines. It's been like lifelines for me. Just like, keep going, you know? So I'm still just here, and I'm still just keeping going. Just like I wrote at the end of every chapter. Just keep going. Because the last few days I've just been hitting up against this sense of, and I know I'm not going to give up because I've already fucking embedded my patterning. It's taken me 3 years, but I now, no matter what, it would appear I wake up and want to go live on YouTube, regardless of how I'm feeling. So this is my new job. It's taken me 3 years to create it, but people are coming in. People are coming in to support, and so it is happening. It's just been kind of slow, and then having my car repossessed and having stuff like that, it just hits you. It hits your ego. Letting go and like having all this stressy trigger old shit come up, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because there's another layer of ego attachments. There's another layer of bullshit that gets worked out. You know, it gets worked out of us, and it's uncomfortable. But I know in my core, like I know in my truth, I know in my heart that I'm living my purpose. It's just a head fuck for me as well. Because I never could have imagined it, and yet it's not unfamiliar to me. Sometimes it's embarrassing. Sometimes it's very vulnerable to put yourself out there. And to share relentlessly every day and feel like nobody's hearing you. You go out in the streets and everybody's just talking shit and looking on their phones, and I'm just gonna keep believing, you guys. I'm just gonna keep believing in the love heart vibration. And knowing that it's the truth. Noodling is like massage therapy for the emotional headspace. It so is, Tree Hugger. Oh, Jessica, I struggle with trusting, but we're only moving forward. It's true, it's true, it's true. When one is up, another is down. We push and pull and drag or carry or whatever it takes. It's true, it's true. Oh, divine, ever, forever. But I think that's a continuous thing. I'm pretty sure for like the first 5 years of my yoga career, I perpetually felt like a fraud, and for good reason, in fairness. But now I'll continue to share more of my journey as and when I feel guided to. But yeah, that's all part of our own egoic evolution and dance, is that Spirit is asking us to step out. Go beyond our ego, go beyond our fear, go beyond, right? And that is a fear. Oh, I'm gonna be a fraud. Nobody's gonna listen to me. Shut the fuck up and speak from your heart. Get over yourself, you know? Oh, I love you guys too. I love a little noodle sesh. I'm looking forward to planning like a trip to the United States. I feel Divine Sight has a healing arts center in Dallas, and I feel very much like, oh man, can you guys feel like the longing in my heart? I'm like, oh shit. Oh man, it's like missing your people so bad. It's all coming out, you know, like all of this like longing to be loved and supported and actually hang out with people who get you. I'm like, oh my god, my little inner child is like, where have you been all my life? I'm like, I'm sorry. Like literally, like I'm fucking sorry. I love you. I love you. I love you. You've got friends, don't worry. I'm sorry I denied you. You know, it's kind of like that. Okay, you guys, I actually have to go and somewhat get my shits together. Somewhat get my shits lined up in a row so that I can go be a normal human and teach a yoga class. I only have 3 more though. Oh, you guys, I'm like nervous and scared because I also know that I'm driving to Portugal. And I'm gonna stay really grounded, but like right now in these moments, I have this feeling of like, I don't know if I'm coming back to England. I don't know where life is taking me next, and I'm kind of scared. But of course I have faith, you know? Oh, hi, Winston. Welcome to Ultra Love TV, where I sell products that make you have a joyful life. No, I am a massive advocate of feeling super intensely, but within the light of your awareness. So not getting swept up in the emotion, just being present with emotion. Look, plasma, transformation, alchemy, my friends. This is alchemy, because I have no shame. But I've been doing this conscious energetic work now since 2012, 2013. Insight, consciousness, been on a guided intuitive path since I was 19. I'm now 37, looking as young and youthful as ever. I swear to God, this is part of the benefit of spirituality, although I don't like to exhibit it, and yet I'm very honest about the fact that I am vain. Like, I am a vain human, and I do know that. That's why it was my body image that guided me to this fucking spiritual journey the whole time. Another piece of my being just brutally honest with you guys. I'm like, come on. All these spirituality yoga teachers. I'm like, most of us get into yoga because we want to lose weight. Let's be fucking real here, women. But then we do a 1-month TTC and we are fucking saints of yogic lifestyle. I'm like, oh, God. The bullshit. The bullshit. I'm an 82 baby. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that even relevant to me? Of course it was, MJ. This is your channel. I'm getting delirious, you guys. I need to go meditate and move and get ready for my class. Hi, Rochelle, Winston, Oh, I'm burping. Oh. shit, you guys, that felt so good. That was almost orgasmic. Oh God, way to break. I was gonna say way to break the silence, and I'm like, Molly, no one has been silent here. It is fear, though. I remember learning that in Vipassana when we're gaseous. It's fear. It's like fear being released from the body. I just saw dates, and I wanted to be like, I'm an 82 baby. An indigo adult with bod, they say. What's and an indigo adult with bod? They say, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know. I curiously, parts of the parts of the west coast of America I'm attracted to. LA isn't one of those places. I'm sure it's a great city. I just what I'm hearing here, I'm like, I prefer New York. I'm more of a New York kind of gal, even though I've never even been to LA. I feel like I'd want to cry all the time at like the collective energies for some reason. I don't know why. Interesting. You guys were talking about some book. Oh, 1984, the book 1984, the George Orwell book. Got you. I don't remember it though. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna go. I'm legit for real. Like, I should get myself ready and be acceptable for 3D reality, humans. Let's do yoga, everybody. Move our bodies. It's good for us to move around. It's also good to pay attention to what you feel and think and stop watching fucking TV and get to know who you are so that we can all pioneer a new world and vision it. It's visioning. We have to vision it and be it and become it. This is all that I'm trying to do, and it's fucking crazy. But I love you guys. I love you guys. And yes, thank you, Jessica, being present. This is my only endeavor. And I know it's weird. And I think maybe when we all met Eckhart Tolle, we thought that present had to be like this coy, submissive little man character. And I'm like, oh, but I don't think that's actually me. I feel like I'd be denying. I'm like, this is the presence. You guys, I need more tissue because my nose is still running, and like I said 20 minutes ago, and like I said 20 minutes before that, I am actually gonna go now. I've shared a lot today. I've actually done a private reading for one of you guys. I'll send that to you. And otherwise, if you want to book a reading, please feel free to do so. It would really help me out. You guys know my situation, that my car is being repossessed and I have a fucking speeding ticket. But that's okay. I own it fully. I fully own it, because one of my readings also said I need to really transform the anger that I have towards the system, and I need to cut the cords that I have toward it, because I am it, and I need to break free and continue to see my new paradigm life, because it's right here, imminent, my friends. I'm just gonna step right in. I'll see you on the flippity flop, you guys. I love you, I love you, I love you. Virtual hugs, a little bit of cleavage. You guys, will speak to you real soon. Have a beautiful day. I really seriously appreciate you guys. For real. For real. Have an awesome day. Peace out.